I'm gonna have to tell the people I got it into.
You've been telling us for like ever since you got it. Every day. We see it.
Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of Read the Room podcast. As always, I'm Merv.
And this is Embria. Hi.
How y'all doing?
Good. That's nice.
Yeah. This is stupid. But yeah. You take it away, Embria. Today is like your episode.
Okay. So I keep on talking about this. I've been talking about this for a while. How much bad advice I see come down the timeline.
Oh my God.
I hear people give other people.
Sure.
I'm like, we should probably have an episode talking about this terrible advice and debunking it. Not everything. I don't think that everyone means to be malicious or anything like that. It's just like, it's some struggle advice out there.
Yeah, I've seen it, I've lived through it, and I'm here to talk about it.
Yes.
As a survivor of bad advice.
As a survivor. I feel like you get to a certain age, a certain point in your life where you don't just take everything that people tell you. Yeah. You start to kind of sift through it. Every person who gives advice and who talks about their experiences, they have biases of their own. Yeah. They have experiences that they went through. So you have to take that into consideration. So we basically want to talk about some of the bad advice that we've received, that our friends have received. Yes. We are so grateful. Y'all
friends.
Y'all were answering. Y'all were sending text messages. My sister also, like,
shout out Sheena.
Yeah.
our sister Sheena.
Y'all, people, they swear I'm not related to my sister, but Merv is. But anyways,
because we look alike.
But yeah, we're so grateful for everyone who chimed in, because this is important. We're trying to help the next generation not go through the same stuff that we went through. We
walk so they can run, honey.
Period.
And today is that episode. Let's go ahead and jump into it, starting with some financial advice that have just been wretched.
Okay, so today I saw this on the timeline. It said that T.I., Tip Harris, Clifford, said, buy property with your government money instead of expensive clothes. And you know, yesterday somebody had quoted it saying, so where are we getting property for $1,200? Answer quickly. And it's like, that's the question.
That's not even a down payment, is it?
No. Okay, so Merv knows, and I guess anybody who's listening now will know, I'm in the process of buying a condo. I close next week. And honey, talking about the down payment, that's not a fee to do anything.
Right.
You can't even go walk through the place.
With $1,200.
Like, you can't do a single thing with $1,200. So
my thing with these celebs and these, he's not even new black, he old black because he's from the hood. What do you mean by that? No, like seriously, with $1,200, you want me to go buy a property that I then cannot upkeep, that then goes into foreclosure, that then fucks up my credit?
But the question is still, where is that property?
Where is it?
Where is the $1,200?
Can you even buy a $1,200 lot?
What lot? What lot is that small? That's like
a parking?
One parking spot. Can I tell you something though about downtown Chicago? You'll buy a place, or you'll be trying to buy a place, and the parking will not be included, and they'll say it's an additional $30,000 to $35,000 for that parking spot. So Clifford, tell me, where?
That's highway robbery.
Is robbery, and they'll say, "Oh, here's the price," and you'll be like, "That's a decent price. Like, why?" They're like, "Oh, the parking space is an additional $30,000." Okay, so yeah, Clifford. $1,200 is not gonna get
anyway. Y'all go ahead and just pay your rent, pay off a credit card bill or something. Don't listen to this man who has to buy his wife a new car every time he cheats. So he's not spending his money wisely. Neither do you.
New car, new ring,
child,
new booty.
What was you gonna say? I'm sorry, that's rubbing the wrong way.
I think this could be a whole episode in and of itself, like the financial literacy and things. But I think it's so interesting when people get a bunch of money, then they start telling people how to spend their money. Yeah. Like, I see so much, all you need to do is just don't eat out. Yeah. All you need to do, you be going to the movies too much. Don't go to the movies. Or you on vacation and you don't even own a property. It's like, what if I'm flying Spirit, bro? It's $55 to and from. and the down payment is thousands and thousands of dollars. So like, I think the takeaway about this financial advice thing is know your own situation and don't let nobody tell you how you should be spending your money and what you should be doing, because you know what you can afford. Yeah.
And then with property also, it's a gamble. You know, you can buy a property and then when it's time to sell, you don't sell it for nothing.
Whole time.
So you have it could be a good investment or it could be a really bad investment. You just never, it's not like just like you pay this money, you get a great building or a great home and then you sell it for 3 or 4 times the amount. Yeah. That's not always the case.
You have to do your research. And I think upfront is so expensive. I'm realizing why people don't buy, because unless you have like hellas of thousands of dollars to just, then it just doesn't make sense. So disregard.
Period. Honestly, disregard TI. Period.
In other contexts.
Period.
Well, like, okay, yeah,
Period.
So, okay, on the same topic of financial literacy, I seen on the Penny Hoarder, which is like this, they be clearly paying for ads because they be down my timeline all the time. I'm like, bro, how are you here? Yeah. So, there was some article like, as soon as you can save $1,000, you should invest it. And I understand the importance of investment, but if saving $1,000 for you is triumphant, you probably
that's not
that. Yeah, it doesn't make sense for you to give that money away because you have finally saved that $1,000. You've been working toward it, and I know we've all gotten to that point where I made.
When I seen a comma on a bank account when I was younger, I was like, wow,
bro, period.
Woo! It's like, and it stayed like that for very long, but I was like, woo.
It's like, okay, let me go buy something. But that comma goes away. But when you get that first comma in your bank account, you feel good. Do not go and give that entire $1,000 to someone to invest it, because if you do some research into investments and things, $1,000 is not going to get you a lot of money back. Right.
And then the thing about investments too, it takes years upon years for you to see a return. Yeah, and then with investments also, it's like playing poker. You might as well go gamble if that's the case. It's basically the same concept because you don't know when the market is going to go super. Imagine the people who bought Enron stocks. Whole company went belly up. That's all. Like, people's money were gone in literal seconds.
Yes. And of course, there are more risky things and there's less risky. But if you're at the point where you're having how risky am I going to go type like conversation and considerations, that's not when you got your first comma in your bank account. That's like in some time from that. So,
and honestly, if you don't get a thrill from just risk, you probably shouldn't be investing anyway. Yeah. You just got to be super risky. That's like you'll make the most amount of money if you take the most amount of risk and be prepared to lose that $1,000 too.
But that's the thing. Say I have $30 million and somebody like, you wanna gamble on 5 of them millions? Sure.
Probably so.
I got 25 more where that came from, it don't matter if I lose that $5 million. If you have $1,000 and somebody like, you wanna gamble on $999? Like, baby, that's not the way. Okay, and then the last one on financial advice. This is on the whole other end of the spectrum, saying spend your money, don't worry, you'll get it back. That is probably all of our college mentality.
Oh my God, the way I have not seen a single dollar back from college.
Bro, the way I'm saying how I was spending in college, the way I never wore a dress twice.
Girl.
I was working
new
3
outfits.
Jobs, baby, shoes, a dress.
I used to shop way more back then than I do now.
Me too. God. Because it was always like, okay, well, I'm going to get paid in 2 weeks. And it's not like this money about to pay for my whatever in the future. So let me just spend it. Note to younger self, like,
don't just spend it. And it's okay to wear that dress 3 weekends in a row. Who's going to fight you?
Right. Just only post the pictures that look the best.
That's what I do.
Wait until you get that one.
Yeah, I say be mindful. When only kind of aspect of my life where I do have to spend money is when I'm investing like in my business or when I have to like pay down bills or something like that. Because I know I will get paid in 2 weeks. But anything else is kind of like, that's not being very smart about your money. Yeah, and I think the whole thing about having money and having money longer is being smart about where you put it.
Yes.
You know, that's just my thought.
Thinking back, my college stuff. First of all, when I was working at Red Bull, I was making like $14 an hour.
I loved Red Bull.
That was we both worked as Red Bull wings at some point.
It was good,
baby.
Good.
That was.
Oh my god.
Oh, I was like.
Did you get?
That's illegal.
Oh my god.
The girls aren't supposed.
I'm gonna cut that out.
The girls aren't supposed. Just act like y'all didn't hear that. Anyways, okay, bad professional advice. This runs rampant, honestly, like.
Yeah.
So, let's just start. One of them was, and again, let me just give this a caveat. Not the advice that people give you, people don't mean to be malicious, you know? They don't mean to send you off. Necessarily, some people be trying to send you off, like, don't get me wrong.
For sure.
But sometimes they mean well. So a piece of advice that I've received, and I know that others have received, is don't wear braids to an interview. Or, like, don't wear your natural, don't, all these things. And I really want to debunk that one. Because as much as I understand corporate America, we all understand corporate America and how white people perceive us. I think that it's important to acknowledge that if you can't be yourself in the place that you're trying to work, perhaps that's not a place for you.
Yeah.
Perhaps if seeing you in braids would be like, oh, yeah, no, we don't want her, then you don't want to work there.
Yeah.
So I say, wear what you want.
With that, I agree 100%. I'm going to have to play devil's advocate where I think it will disqualify you a lot because a lot of people have unconscious bias. And that's some stuff that they maybe it might be even a personal thing. So with that, it's kind of like a double-edged sword a little bit because it could be just that one recruiter who don't like girls in braids. Yeah. But everybody else it might be a better environment for you, even professionally getting the credit on your resume. Yeah. And by having I know it sounds so bad, but like
no, I mean I had this. I have the same school of thought. We all understand how we're perceived. We all understand like the implications that come with being black. We have to make so many other considerations. Here's what I'll say. Sure. I think somewhere in between the two would be maybe early in your career, you err on the conservative side, but as you get more and more experience, get more and more comfortable, maybe. Yeah, for sure. Like there's no black and white to this. No. It's just like you want the job. Like it's
honestly, this is one thing that I have yet to implement in my life. What? Personally, wearing braids to interviews. Because if I wear braids, first of all, they're going to be long as ever. Number one. And it's just like, I don't know, white people feel a way about braids for some reason. I don't know what the hell. It's just racism. I know.
So how about your natural hair?
In a bun.
Okay, a bun was always my thing. Would you wear a twist out or a puff or anything?
Girl, I'm not wearing no damn twist out. No.
Okay, so this is
why
I'm so glad we're talking about this. That's hard. Yeah. Because we should be able to.
We should be.
We shouldn't have to think twice. I remember being at my firm and my mom was like, don't get braids. Just wait until you get your offer. I was a law student. She's like, wait until they put a ring on you. Before you get the braids, then you could be yourself. And I was like, you know what? I think I want to wear the braids. So I put them in, and I got my offer with braids in my head. It was like a very emotional, like, oh, this is beautiful. But it don't always.
It doesn't always work out like that.
A lot of times it don't. So I guess maybe this is not bad advice.
I think this is where you have to read the room.
This is
a little bit. Read the room right here.
Yes, you have to read the room. So yeah, that's in between advice. That depends on the place advice.
Yes.
Okay. So here's another in between advice. As a black woman, watch your tone. Try not to come off too angry or aggressive. This is in the workplace. Mm-hmm. So this is another in between, really. Because as much as y'all clearly can understand like me and Merv's opinions on stuff, we're very like
very liberal.
We're very liberal, but there's again implications that come with being a black woman. There's stereotypes that come with it. There's things that they're going to put on you before you even say a word. So what do you think?
Another double-edged sword right here. Me personally, I don't show personality at work.
period.
Them people don't know me. They don't. Actually, Sounder shouted us on LinkedIn. Girl, the way I did not repost that or like that.
Me either.
My coworkers are not about to find out what I do in my free time.
Sounder, we love y'all. But I seen that too, and I was like, but it's unfortunate that our personal lives and our professional lives have to exist so separately. But
I love the shout out, but like on LinkedIn, it was kind of like I'm not going to do nothing because let's say like my boss or someone goes and listens
you be going
to what I be talking about on here, but this is my personal life. They can't, and I don't represent my work when I'm here. That's why I don't talk about my actual where I work. Yeah. So it's like if they see that and they see what I be thinking, it's like it's already hard enough being the only black girl. Then I have to, kind of I'm already walking on eggshells as it is, and then to add that on top of this, I don't think so. So yeah, I will say, watch your tone. Maybe that was some good advice. Maybe that was some good advice right there. But I will say I recently had the founder of our company, he had a listening session with like 10 or 12 black folks at my job, which says a lot already because we have thousands of employees. But we had a conversation and he just wanted us to be like super like candid or whatever.
That's what you say. I
ended up being super candid too. I don't know, it was something about that particular environment where I was like, okay, I can say what I want to, but in a very respectful way. Yeah. So I think when we're watching our tone, we have to just be mindful of basically sugarcoat everything we say.
Okay,
or the roundabout way of saying everything.
That just sounds so uncomfortable.
But that's our experiment.
Everyday life. I feel like this might be very insightful for someone who's listening who is not a black person. Yeah. Every single day when we're at work and we're just living our life, we have to think 1, 2, 3 times about the things that we say, the way that we say it. Even if you send an email, like say someone disagrees with you in an email, I have to so politely say, no, that's not what I wanted, or no, that's not the thing, and try not to come off like mean to the extent that they might not even know they were doing it wrong. Right. Like, wait, she just...
You almost have to thank them for sending you such a condescending email in order to sound... like you're not mad.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for pointing that out. You know what? I actually, you'd be like, honestly, that's not what I was trying to say. But if I must, you can't really say that. Doesn't really translate well in email. Oh. Or per my last email, or add a haha LOL or a smiley face or emoji in that shit.
I hate a per my last email. Those are fighting words.
I had to use that on somebody once.
My last email,
because he was emailing when I was on vacation, and my vacation email thing he was on, and he kept emailing me.
You're like, per my last email.
And he told me, what really took me off was he said he was going to reach out to my manager. I still didn't respond that whole time I was away. When I came back, then I was like, as you can see from my out of office email, I was not here.
That's fair.
So that was the only time I really had to use it. Any other time is just like
Any other time it's like condescending. It's like you could just go copy and paste or like Or I also don't like the concept because people say, per my last email, I said this other thing. It's like, I'm not dumb. So if I didn't get that from your last email, then perhaps you should have reworded it. Perhaps it wasn't clear, because I can read. Right. I seen your last email. Right. Okay. Anyways. Okay. More professional advice. Oh, this is deep. Okay. Don't follow whatever your path is because there's too many or it's hard to get a job. I heard that one so much. Going to law school, it was like, there's so many lawyers. There's just too many lawyers. You're just not going to get a job. The market is too saturated, blah, blah, blah. So I'm hearing this. And then I learned like 4.8% of lawyers are black. It's like, so it's too many white lawyers. Right. And there's not going to be no room for me, a black girl. Right. It's like.
So if anything, it's... like you said, black lawyers only have 4.8% of the market share. That's nothing. You see, when a big company sees 4.8, that's not enough for them. They want that 100. So that's a big old playing ground in my line of view, in my vision. That's a big playing ground for you.
Yeah, child. 4.8%.
You know how many of these firms need a diversity hire? All of them.
And someone who people, we're competent.
Yeah.
Like, we're smart. We're good. We can do it. But imagine I had listened to that. Oh, yeah, that's true. I shouldn't be a lawyer because there's too many lawyers. Then I wouldn't be where I am right now. So that was not good advice for me. But maybe to a white average boy, that might be.
That's not even meant for them. Because when I tell you, them white average boys, child, apply for all types of things that they are not qualified for. But guess what? They gonna get in. They gonna get it.
Well, then maybe that's bad advice across the board.
That's bad advice. Don't follow your path.
And also,
don't listen to that.
Also, there being a lot of lawyers every day, I'm sure somebody retires, a new case arises, someone dies, like
a new law firm.
Yeah,
it's always going to be a rotation of things. That's why with the whole market the market really truly is never saturated. And then there's also niches within the market, so it's not like everybody's doing the exact same type of thing. There's so many niches. There's so, you can one day open up your firm that only caters to women of a certain community or something. There's so many different ways you can kind of shape things. So don't let people tell you that the market is too saturated. It's not.
I feel like as long as there's laws, there need to be lawyers.
Okay,
let's see. Go straight to a 4-year college.
Yeah.
It was one. I feel like going to junior college had like a negative connotation, especially I feel like in the first generation community. Yeah. It's like, you're going to college, like you gonna do it. Don't go to junior college, because people thought that if you went to junior college, it meant you didn't get into a 4-year college, I think. That was bad advice, honey. I would have said.
Or that you were poor.
Or that you were poor.
Plot twist, we were.
Plot twist. What about these loans?
So we were poor. And we should have went to junior college.
It was all for show.
Mm-hmm. To say that you went to college.
I need the money that would have been saved.
Oh, I think about that all the time.
I would have been at junior college. Ooh.
Shit, I would have rolled that till the wheels fell off, honey.
Baby, I would have went from junior college to Harvard.
No, seriously. Yeah, for real. That is such a, I don't even know, man. I don't know why. I do know why, for money they push that on us, but it's kind of like, it's smarter to go the junior college route. Get those remember we were having our
prerequisite
our college conversation. I'm just like, them 2 years, child.
Topic of junior college and things like that. Someone said that a piece of bad advice that they received, and I think a lot of us receive this, is, and I'm jumping down one, you need to know what you want to do with your life by junior year of high school. That is so accurate and weird. Why are we like that? Why
so traumatizing. Bro. It's so stressful. Why do y'all, parents, adults, people beyond us, tell us all this crap at freaking 16, 17 years old?
That's scary. I remember, so you go to high school and you just geek to be out of 8th grade. Like, I'm at high school. Then you do sophomore year. Then it's like, okay, whatever. Then junior year, they're like, so what do you want to be?
Right.
For the rest of your life. It's like, for the rest of my... Yeah, because you need to know right now so that you can apply to colleges with those programs. It's like...
What?
Like, I was just on the playground.
My thing with that is, like, if that's the way they want to do things, sure. Make high school worth our time.
Oh.
High school was a waste of time. You cannot tell me otherwise. What the hell did I learn in high school?
Yes. Oh, my God. My auntie is in education, and she was like, you should bring me on the podcast to talk about educational things. And I'm like... We'll try. When we start to have guests, we'll try and make it work. But I'm so interested from the perspective of someone who's in charge of curriculums.
Yeah.
What's the purpose of a lot of that stuff? Can we change it?
Right.
How quickly can we change it? Because
first thing we get rid of is PE. Okay? Let's get rid of it. Honestly.
Exercise is good.
Fun fact. Okay, if you want to. Honestly, I just walked all of PE. I didn't do anything, and if I could, I would sit down.
Oh, I liked
PE. Was for the boys that would want to hoop and play dodgeball and soccer, that type of thing. It was boring.
I went to an all-girl high school. I was in there competitive.
Okay, I went to a mixed public school. I went to a mixed public school. It was girl. Only time I really participated was during the pacer test, because we had to participate in order to pass. But you know what?
I was sitting there playing volleyball.
Girl, sometimes you don't want to do that.
Okay, that's a good point. Yeah. You know what? It would be interesting if... I think high school would be more productive in general if it operated a little bit more like adult life.
Yeah.
So what if they had like yoga classes? Or like, little biking classes.
Like a little community.
Like a community.
Oh, that... See, that did I just come up with something? Oh, let's open up a school.
Wait, I'm serious.
Yep.
All right, read the room school.
That'd be a fire school, though.
No, yeah, I think that it should emulate adult life a little bit more because you leave high school and don't know nothing. I remember we talked about this before, applying for loans for college.
Yeah.
And me and my mom, damn near fighting. I don't know what. Why didn't we learn that in high school? Why didn't we learn anything about loans, mortgages, car payments, rent? Like, I didn't have credit, all of that. I didn't have a sense of any of that in high school. And I left knowing algebra barely. Then I never used it ever again in my life. History. I liked history, though.
I took math maybe freshman year. That was the last time I took math. I didn't take math ever again.
In college?
Yeah, I did all my math requirements back to back.
Oh, okay. See, economics and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
To finance, accounting.
Oh, yeah, those are math one day. Well, I'm talking like pure math.
Actual math. Yeah, I never used actual math. Oh, wait, I took
the rest of it was just adding and subtracting and this and that and percentages.
But imagine being in high school and you're learning like that stupid math or whatever, and you're also learning about the economy. And you're learning accounting and how to balance books and stuff like that.
Voting process and stuff that's important.
Substantive things.
High school was a waste of time. They need to structure it in a way that makes sense for 18-year-olds to plan the rest of their lives.
Yes.
Until they do that, I mean, we're all going to be screwed.
It's just
they just screw kids over, honestly. That's what they do. You guys screw kids over. But honestly, can't even get mad because look who runs the country. Look who the Department of, what's it called? The Secretary of Education?
Yeah.
Look at who that is.
Yeah. They clueless.
We got people with zero brain cells.
They clueless.
Telling us how to run our kids' lives and what they should and shouldn't be taking.
Yeah.
Doesn't make sense.
And this system is not new. No. It's been wrong for a very long time. So to make any change in this country, you gotta damn near bust windows and all this, extra
we need
stuff.
to renovate. It's long overdue.
We legitimately.
We don't even need to renovate. We just need to buy a new lot, build it from the ground up.
Let's start over. Beyonce voice. Okay, last one on this professional career. Let's see. Oh, a gap year.
Oh, I would have loved a gap year.
Okay, I'm the opposite.
You didn't want a gap year?
I didn't want a gap year.
I would have loved it.
Most people say there should be a gap year between... You think between high school and college or between...
High school and college.
Do you think that if high school was more productive, you would feel the need for a gap year? Like if you were in high school, like living like a young adult. And
if high school was more productive, it'd be 2 years, number one. We don't need 4 years.
Yeah.
And you'd probably just be able to go all the way through. Yeah. But imagine being in school from the time you're 3 to 18, then you gotta go for 4 more years and maybe 2 more years after that, maybe 4 more years after that if you want to get your PhD. Bro, that is not attractive at all. Mentally, you need to take a break.
Yes.
To learn, and also to learn about the world. When we're in high school, we don't really have a lot of reign on our lives. We're living under our parents' roof.
Yes.
We can't really, a lot of us can drive, but some of us can't drive. You don't have, you can't rent a car, you can't do a lot of things. That's true. How the hell are you going to tell someone that can't do shit that this is what they're going to do for the rest of their life? You need to explain, even when people do study abroad and stuff like that, they get a different perspective. Their whole mind changes down. They want to do something else when they come back. So I think a gap year would be hella useful for people.
I just wish that capitalism didn't rule everything because a gap year is not feasible.
Yeah.
For a lot of people. Even me thinking of going into law school, it's okay, should I take a gap year and try and find a job? I'm about to have to start paying off these loans. What's the job going to be? What's the purpose of the job? I got advice to take a gap year, and I thought that for me that was bad advice because it was not feasible. Yeah. If somebody was take a gap year, I'm going to give you $60,000 to just go travel and do what you want, I'd be like, gap year it is. But if in that in-between year, it's all right, start paying off them loans, it's I'm just going to keep on with this school thing.
Well, I think after college is different, but between high school and college,
okay.
That's when it's like you, even before you sign on for that loan, let me figure out a little
Yeah,
one or two things. Let me see if I can, maybe even try to get an internship because you already graduated from high school, that type of thing. I think it gives you more of a grasp on things, and then that's when people can really dedicate their time to researching and different jobs or different majors, that type of stuff. You have all this time in your hands that you really don't have in high school because you're in school from 7 to about 3. Then you have if you're in sports and stuff like that. And you got X amount of hours of homework.
Yeah.
And if you have a job on top of that, it's really not feasible for you to be thinking of stuff outside of that. And it's true. Summer is for you because you're a kid.
It's true. You do that. And then all of a sudden, like, okay, tomorrow you need to know what you're gonna do for the rest of your life. So start it right now. It's like
when you're applying, you need to know what you're gonna be doing for the rest of your life.
So, when you're doing your entrance paperwork, it's like, so what's your major? What?
I don't know.
What do you mean? What's my major? And then, okay, again from the first generation perspective, so what are the options for this? What's my major? What are the things that I can be?
Right.
I've only seen so many things, and they're not here.
Yeah.
I'm the first one. So, yeah. Okay. Rounding out, one more career-ish professional thing is to focus on school and give less attention to creative endeavors.
Boo.
We've talked about this.
Terrible advice.
I was dancing for Beyonce. And
Terrible advice, G.
Designing clothes, yeah.
At the end of the day, I think adults don't want kids to be happy. Change my mind. I know I'm not wrong, but change my mind.
I think that adults want their kids to be what they want it to be.
Right.
And I think that regardless if that means happy or whatever, I think that adults who are financially free are probably less strict parents.
Yep.
They don't require as much because it's like, okay, I lived my life and I did all that I wanted to do and I'm happy with it, and now you go do yours.
Right.
If that wasn't the case, then it's like, okay, could you go do yours and a little bit of mine? And your auntie wanted a little bit of that too. It's just like...
That's why when we get degrees, we say it's for our family.
Oh.
Because they forced us to be here.
This is getting sad.
For real. Bro. And the thing about that is like, how can you force me to be something you want to be? You ain't never been and you don't know what it's like to be it. You don't know what type of stresses and struggles that come with it. So you're pushing this life on someone that you don't know. So I think that's highly unfair. To completely disregard someone's natural gift.
Yeah.
That gift could pay off one day and, pay off for the entire family. But they don't think about it that way.
And I think, again, another symptom of capitalism is we see certain things that make money. Like, okay, that's a sure shot. If you go be a doctor, that's a sure shot you're going to make some money. So you're going to push them to go toward that thing because you don't want them to struggle and you want them, to be financially fulfilled or whatever. There's a gray area when it comes to other things. Like, I'm going to be a rapper. You see that there are successful rappers out there, but it's like,
not as accessible.
It's not as accessible and you don't know what the chances are. And, it's just so much more to consider.
Low key, it's probably less financially, what's the word I'm looking for?
Like tolling?
Yeah, being a rapper than it is into med school.
Oh, undoubtedly. All those, bro.
And the bigger payout.
That's a very good point you make. Like, you could go to undergrad and go to medical school and pay hundreds of $1,000s for that education. And you could
hundreds
go
of thousands just for med school. You still got to pay for undergrad too. That's throw another $100,000 on
and
there.
You could rap for free. I'm not saying rap.
Studio time is what, $30 an hour? Let me tell you something. My son went around. We about to rap, and me and him, I must be doing the chorus.
All time, I always say my kids are definitely gonna make music, and I'm gonna be that girl on the voicemail, like, "Honey, call me back." I'm ready.
That's gonna be me for real. Like, all right, moving on to the next topic. The next topic is mental health and spirituality.
Ew.
I can feel. You don't like that? All right, I did nothing.
No, just keep it. Keep it.
Are you sure?
Yep.
All right, whatever. No, I'm gonna do it again because I feel like you didn't like that.
That was funny to me.
Okay.
You should keep this whole thing, you guys. This is how it goes on behind the scenes. Like,
we probably need to do it behind the scenes clips.
Oh, yeah.
To put a bunch of it together.
Oh, yeah. Coming soon. It's going to be my tattoo featuring
okay. Anyways, back to mental health and spirituality, because mine is being tested right now. Anyways, obviously, you already know when it comes to mental health and spirituality, bad advice runs rampant.
In the Black community?
Okay. Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Anyways, the first one, I'm pretty sure we've all heard this, is that therapy is only for crazy people. Figure it out on your own. The world doesn't wait for the weak, only the strong survive.
That is bro. There's such a negative connotation and a stigma in the Black community about going to therapy, and baby, we need it. We need it. Bad.
Oh my God, especially low-key coming from parents. But they be the main source of trauma.
I think it's so interesting when you talk to parents and they're like, oh, this happened to me and that happened to me and I didn't like it. And then you're just sitting there like, so what do you think happened to me? Because no one can, if you haven't processed your own trauma,
right,
you can't see anything that anyone else does.
Mm-hmm.
And if, like, for example, if my issue or trauma or complaint or whatever pales in comparison, I'm going to just shut up, okay? Because it's not even worth the back and forth. But yes, you did do that. Or, it's not even worth it. But yeah, everybody should go to therapy.
Mm-hmm. I think it comes really from a lack of understanding, even in African families. Mm-hmm. Oh my!
What's it like?
God,
what they be on?
I tell my mom that her and my brother needed to go to therapy because they be butting heads. I grew up with her, so I completely get where my brother's coming from. But my brother's also could be an asshole sometimes. But I'm just y'all should just go to therapy just to talk it out. My mom got defensive. She got offended. She's like, I'm the mom and this. I'm like, ain't nobody say you ain't the mama. You the mom for sure.
Is that I don't know if that's just Black or cross-cultural, but I swear my mom's favorite thing to do is remind me that she's the mom. I'm like, bro, I know.
Yeah, it's just we ain't even talking about that. You on the wrong chapter, baby.
Okay.
Let's go ahead and turn back a couple pages because we not right there.
But that's, I think, deep, digging a little deeper into the statement itself, that's their way of establishing authority.
Yes.
I'm the mom. You can't tell me that I need therapy. You can't give me suggestions about me. I'm the one who had you. I'm the one who raised you. That's their sentiment. And me and my mom have had that conversation. Yeah. I'm like, I'm an adult now.
Yes.
And we can be friends. But you don't have to always remind me that you're the mom because I know. Yeah. And it's your opinion does not reign higher or of more value than mine does now that I'm grown. That's an important conversation to have with
I had that with my mom too. Yeah. It was uncomfortable.
It's uncomfortable.
She started getting so dramatic, talking about it pains my heart. Girl, go to therapy. Go fix it in therapy, girl. Stop being so hard. Yeah, I couldn't even take it seriously because I'm like, okay, now you're just being dramatic for no reason. I'm trying to have a neutral conversation. She said, oh, my heart. Right, when I don't listen to her. I'm like, yeah, because I have a brain of my own.
Yeah. I think that's difficult for parents to come to grasp. With, wow, I had this kid and now she thinks her own stuff. Now my opinion is not her opinion. It's
and parents, like you said, parents love to say that they're the parent to build up authority. And it goes back to my point. I said this, I don't know what episode that was when I said that some people become parents just to have power over someone else.
Love language.
Yeah, just have power over someone else. And it's you can't keep reminding someone that they're the child or you did this, you were supposed to. You wanted to have a child, Bro. In most cases. You wanted this lifestyle, bro. So you can't be now picking and choosing when you want it. It's duh, girl, you're the mama because you want to be here.
My mom had told me, she was like, we're about to get the bathroom redone. We're going to have to come stay with you for a couple weeks. I was like,
I'm screaming, not a couple weeks.
Right. She was like, but you've been here. And I'm like, you're my mom.
You're supposed to. This is your job.
And I literally said, you chose that. I didn't choose this. Yeah. But that's something some parents need to.
Yeah, I say everybody go to therapy. I've been going to therapy for 2 years, and it's honestly been the best decision that I've ever made for myself.
I'm gonna start.
To be quite honest. Let me tell you something. All of 2019, all I did once a week was cry. It was that. Yeah, it was that. Sometimes I went twice a week and cried. So.
You're talking about in therapy.
Yeah, 2019. That was me.
I feel like,
and I used to go during my lunch break, y'all. Imagine.
Come back. They already, you the only black girl there. They're like, she really be going through.
You know, those.
That's
you know,
hilarious.
Yeah,
I feel like me and my therapist would probably be laughing.
Really.
That's how I imagine my sentiment.
You are very like.
Even if it's sad, it's like that's.
Yeah, remember my birthday thing, my birthday Zoom call.
I'm like,
you're just like, why is everybody crying? You're like, shh. Should I?
Okay, I'm not a not emotional person. But crying in public, I be crying to myself. I get the tears off though. Don't worry.
I can cry in front of my friends, but like only my girlfriends though. I don't like to cry in front of anybody else.
Maybe I'll cry next episode, you guys.
Shut up.
Give it some razzle dazzle.
Anyway, go to therapy. It's not for crazy people. We all need it.
Agreed. Okay, so on that point, another piece of advice is that men shouldn't cry or express emotions. I think we've covered it, guys.
Yeah, because then it falls on us women.
I would just, oh my God. There are
we bear that.
Bro. There's a lot of issues romantically that people go through that they wouldn't go through if their dude had been in therapy.
Have a nice cry.
Go have a nice cry in therapy. Don't run to the other chick. Just go cry in therapy. No,
she probably ruining her life too.
Anyways, but yeah, just go and talk out. And I think that the blanket rule should be just go to therapy because you don't even necessarily know what you could use it for. You don't know what your traumas are. You don't know the things that you're projecting onto other people. Like, say I'm telling someone, oh, you're acting like this, and they're like, no, I'm not, or you're the problem, or whatever. Perhaps there's something deeper that you could chip away at. Yeah. But you won't know if you don't go to therapy.
And the therapist be asking questions like so sweet and nice, and then you just be like, hold on one second, I'm about to cry.
Wait, give me 1 second. Cut the cameras.
Girl, I be like, child, every time I feel about to cry, I'm like, woo!
Yeah.
I just kind of hold my eyes. I'm like, girl, you did not have to ask that question. You know damn well.
That's hilarious. Okay, therapy. Okay, another piece of advice, and one of my friends got so deep into it, I would just say her name because I know she won't mind. Iman. She said a piece of bad advice in the Black community is just pray on it, or God got it. And I feel like this is a way deeper conversation, but the over reliance on God / luck / chance, that's not the best advice.
Let me tell you one thing about God, and He gonna make you go through it every single time. You can't just be like, oh my God, God's gonna, God may not get you through that. You might have to pull yourself through that.
That was her entire point. Like, you can't just rest on your, I don't know why people say this, rest on your laurels. I don't know what that is.
What does that mean?
I don't know. It means like just chill. Just rest on whatever your laurels is.
I mean, of course
somebody will know. But that's on the same wavelength as this manifest thing. And don't get me wrong. Again, manifestation is powerful. Mm-hmm. Prayer is powerful. But that is not to say substitute hard work out for prayer and manifestation. Yeah. Mm-hmm. You should work just as hard and supplement it with, putting good things into the universe and praying. But
yeah, prayer, what is it? Hard work without faith is dead. Manifest without hard work is just a dream. Like you're gonna get neither. Whatever it is that you're working towards. Obviously, put that in the universe where you attract those type of things to reach that end goal. But you also have to be. That's like saying, "Damn, I don't want to miss the bus," but you're not gonna run after it. The bus gonna keep going. Bro, it's gonna keep going. They're not gonna stop for you. There's so many other people that gotta get where they need to be. You're not the only person on that ride. You're not
the only person trying to get on that bus.
So you need to make sure you are where you need to be. To get on the bus. Vehicle that's going to take you where you need to go.
That was some next level stuff. It's true. That's that was good on the spot. Okay, that's like you're waiting for the bus and you're at home.
Okay.
You didn't even go to the bus stop. You in the bed like, dang, the bus ain't even.
But you know what? God gonna get me there. God like, girl, I'm sorry. I'm just clocking in. What you say?
God is like, what you mean? I brought you the bus.
On time.
And
I got you the app so you know what time the bus comes.
Period.
What more do you want God to do?
You got the bus tracker.
Same with manifesting. You just can't be like, oh my God, at 11/11, I'm going to manifest, me getting $30 million. Okay, you need to do $30 million actions.
What are you going to do for the $30 million?
You just have to always be walking. I mean, I feel like a lot of times we give ourselves those like things because we're all in this kind of mindset, like we're deserving and we're deserving of a great life and all that. We can claim that all we want. We sure can. We have free will. We can do that. Yes, but I think what separates being good, being great and good, or good and great, whatever,
is whether you show up to the bus stop or not. Honey.
Yeah.
Ooh, and I feel like this speaks deep to millennials.
Yeah.
Because everybody think that they the one. I'm that one. Who, look, I didn't even have to wake up. The bus is going to pull up to my front door, darling.
The bus driver gonna come outside, knock on the door,
come in, take you from under the covers. Let's get in the shower, honey. What outfit do you want to wear today?
I'm gonna wait for you outside. Whenever you're ready, just come on down.
Yeah,
that's not how it works.
It's not a chauffeur. And millennials start to get into that mindset, like y'all not even rocking with me. You not rocking with you. Period. How can we rock with you if you're not rocking with you?
Period. Last but not least, y'all know our favorite topic to talk about is relationships between friends, family, romantic.
So, some bad advice. This is so funny. This came from one of my friends. Okay, in order to make somebody feel bad for losing you or for doing you dirty, you need to go find somebody new and rub it in their face. This was some like somebody gave her this advice early in college, like 18, 19, just straight sent her off.
Yeah.
I've learned now that I'm older.
Okay.
People don't really care. Like,
that is all it comes down to. People go ahead, I'm sorry.
No, people don't care.
They don't care.
Like, what someone did you, if somebody did you dirty or whatever the case may be, it's like, you know what, he didn't even know what he had in me. No,
he definitely had, baby.
He knew what he had and he didn't care. Sometimes, and I'm learning this every single day, sometimes it's not about you.
Yeah, like it's about them.
It's about them. Sometimes somebody does you dirty or they put you in a situation that's weird or whatever. And it's like, well, what did I do? Like, where did I go wrong? You might not have went wrong. Chances are you didn't go wrong.
Yeah.
It just is like, not. So, yeah. You have to learn to not take things personally.
That's one of the 4 agreements. Not taking things personally.
Really? What are the other ones?
Be impeccable with your words. I forgot the other 2.
Okay, but yeah, don't take stuff personally. This is every single day. It's like, and it's like, it's not about you. You are your best self. You're working on you.
Yeah. You know what? Sometimes people just lose you because they know they can. And they can get you back. And people who thrive on this statement are usually the people that people can get back. How do I know that? I've been there. Self-drag.
You're saying that the person, tell me.
Like, for example, in like a romantic relationship, like, the thing about men is, yeah, they're stupid. But they know exactly what they're doing.
They know
if you keep telling the dude, I'm going to leave, I'm going to do, he going to let you go. Mm-hmm. How many times when you tell somebody that, they actually be like, no, don't go?
They're like, all right, I'll see you next week.
Literally, because they know you're not going anywhere. That you're by letting someone else have control of your emotions, you're putting the ball in their court.
It's true.
And from there, they have the next play. So you lose control. It's and they know that, and they use that to their advantage. Very manipulative, but you should never put the ball in their court.
It's very okay. Ooh.
So
you're preaching, yeah. It is.
I learned from experience.
It's manipulative, but like, those situations are so hard.
Yeah, it is manipulative, but you, like I said, you put yourself there. You have to be the only person you can control is you.
That's why whenever you ask Merv, like, oh, so what should I do? It's like, get out the gym. Get out the gym yesterday.
Yes.
Are you still in the gym? Why didn't you get out the gym? Because like you said, all you can control is you. And if you stay in muddy waters, the waters are not going to clear up. They know who you are. Yep. They know what you have to offer. They know your personality. They know if they love you enough to treat you accordingly or not. And if they chose to not, then it's like, wait, but maybe tomorrow. Maybe if I tell him that it really hurt my feelings.
Or maybe if I said it made me sad. Maybe if I drop this pic, or maybe if I accomplish this win. Bruh, do that shit for yourself. They don't care because they see you in their face, like in real life. Like,
spite, okay.
Come on now.
Spite doesn't work, period. I think that anyone suggesting be spiteful, oh yeah, post that, that's really gonna get him.
Really, the whole time he don't follow you.
Or he's seen you. It's like, post that picture just like showing cleavage. He's been in your house. He's seen your body. Like that. Unless he's that simple-minded.
Right. Which it usually doesn't work. Yeah. And if that's what causes them to come back, shouldn't be chasing after that.
So the answer would be stay or go. I need to.
And the thing about that, to make it work, you have to do it the first time. You can't do it the second time or the third, because once you give them that first comeback, it's pretty much dead after that.
It's like, okay, I can treat you however, I can do whatever, I could mess with your friend, I could all this stuff, and you're still gonna. Ooh, and it's difficult because for some people you have a soft spot. For some people you have that history, you have that love, you really want it to work, but someone doesn't respect you.
What you want is not always what you need, and you're not always going to get what you want because it's not what you need. Period. And we always say people are in your life for a season or a reason. Come on now, let's start letting people go the first time. It's hard. It's easier said than done. But if we're trying to live more quality, intentional lives, we gotta talk that talk and walk that walk.
My mom always says that when someone shows you who they are, believe them the first time. And if you're like an empathetic person like me, it's like, oh no, they grew.
No, you're not empathetic. You're not empathetic. You're insecure. Yeah.
I don't think.
Yes, you are. You're not empathetic. You're insecure.
If you're giving someone a chance.
Yes.
Someone
who did you bad. Someone who, girl, we are not God, okay? I feel like God is only, or Jesus are only people who can do that. The rest of us, we deal with other humans with the same amount of free will. You're not empathetic. You are insecure. You can be empathetic towards kids, towards friends, and maybe even family, but not in romantic relationships.
Okay, to everyone else out there like me who felt like, oh my gosh, I'm just so forgiving.
I'm such an empath. You have a low self-esteem. Were we not ready for honesty tonight?
Oh. Well, this is a drag of the century.
I'm saying all this because I've been there. Like, when people drag you to your lowest point,
then it's not
like you have to
forgiveness. It's just you just don't see yourself.
Dumb, you thirsty, all of that stuff, and it's okay to be that way. It is truly okay because you have to really. You're laughing, but I'm serious. It's okay to be with you. You have to walk in those emotions. You have to walk through them. You can't walk around them. They're always going to keep coming back around. You have to walk through it, okay, and get to that next level.
Okay, so this is a drag for forgiveness Twitter because
you can forgive people. You ain't got to get back together. Okay, now you ain't got to get back together.
Yes.
If that's what y'all talking about, I'll give you guys an impact. But if y'all going back, y'all insecure and got low self-esteem.
That's very deep.
Like I'm telling you, I've been to all these places before. It does not feel good. And that's why my ass be in therapy, amongst other things. You learn a lot.
So is that your one size fits all? If you keep going back to anybody, regardless if they did you dirty or whatever the case may be, the only answer for the reason that you went back is insecurity?
What else can it be? Because how many times have you...
but...
Think about, like, friends that you've known who've gone back to a guy, who've given a guy their umpteen chance.
Yeah.
Have they changed? Did they change?
I've known some who kind of did.
The 1% that, you know,
okay,
out of
the 1%,
99.
the 1%. But I think that...
And those are usually led with what? Actions. Some of the people that come back, ain't no, there's not a single action.
It's
just a text.
It's like, I'm back.
And you're just like,
what are we doing this time?
Right.
Okay, is there no level of love? Like, oh my gosh, I just have such strong feelings for this person.
Yeah, you can love people. Yeah, for sure. What does that have to do with what I'm saying?
I'm trying to get to there's so many people who take people back. And you think that's always just because they themselves are insecure?
Most of the time.
Okay,
because I don't see a reason why you would sit through the first time someone treating you bad, like, oh yeah, they gonna change. They ain't do shit, but they gonna change.
Well,
change my mind. If everybody has
I led this with Merv is like, get out the gym.
Yeah. Because I should have been telling myself to get out the gym. So now that I'm out the gym.
Okay, but of course I have to play devil's advocate on this. I think that sometimes people change. Sometimes people show you with actions that they've changed. Yeah. It's not always stupid to go back. It just is usually.
If there's an action, I will say I'm gonna be positive.
If someone's showing
tread lightly, I'll say that. Tread lightly.
That's a fair medium.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, this is just outlandish. Okay, befriend your current dude or girl or whatever, them's ex, so that you know if they're still messing around. That's some that's some 14-year-old advice. Yeah. That's like, ooh, girl, text her and be like, hey, girl, you want to
This is something I'm going to sleep over with 10 other 10-year-olds.
Yeah, that's 12-year-old advice. Okay. Okay, this one's deep. Because a person financially provides for you, you should subject yourself to their toxic behaviors. So I feel like Did my mom ghostwrite that? All right. We got another more time. No, I think that speaks to like the older generation's mindset. Yeah. Like, as long as the bills are paid, then you don't have nothing to complain about. As long as you have a roof over your head.
As long as you have a man.
Period. It's like very survival based.
Yeah. And there's no it's giving hunters and gatherers.
She did not say barbarians. Okay, so yeah, we don't really have incentive to be around for finances anymore. I feel like it's played out to the like, okay, women couldn't barely make money, even though we still only make like 70 cents to the dollar.
Right.
Man, another conversation for another
day.
But yeah, there's no incentive. Like, okay, yeah, he pays my bills. But you know what I wonder sometimes?
What?
You be seeing like the little like celebrity chicks, like the basketball player and their chick, and they clearly have millions and millions of dollars. Do you think that our sentiment about this would change? Do you think that people put up with more when there's more money on the line?
Yeah, we see it.
Yeah. So
we see it all the time.
Until that's the case, I'm saying don't stay. Until it's not $100 million on the table.
Okay, because money will change your opinion. You're like, well, I could take 100 too.
I'm just like, I mean, like, as long as he only got 2 other chicks, and it's not like 3.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's us. Yeah, like you said, it's from another period of time where we could not work. Now you're seeing more and more women as head of household. Honestly, when I grew up, most of my friends and me grew up in households where our parents or our mothers were head of households. Mm-hmm. So it's like, we've seen what it is. We've seen what men actually, quote unquote, provide. So
not the quotes, not the air quotes.
Quote unquote provide. And I hate when men even like when someone will ask their wife or their girlfriend to stop working. To be like a house girlfriend.
I think that's very controlling. Uh-huh. That's so controlling.
That's really all it comes down to.
Why else would you want
Unless they themselves wanted to give that up to, tend to other things or like they can't work maybe.
Yeah, what would be the incentive if there's any man with millions of dollars listening, let us know why you would ask someone to stop working. What's going on at the house every day, all day that she needs to be there?
I don't know. And a lot of times these men be successful, so they don't even be home. Like you said, it's to control you. Keep you in check.
Look at my wife.
Mm-hmm. To keep you in check. This is why you gotta read them prenups, ladies, before you sign them.
And you should have one, period, regardless.
Yeah, even if you have nothing, protect you nothing.
Yep. Okay, so we know Merv's opinion on this one.
Yep.
Stick it out with the person and the ring will come eventually. So the sentiment is like, oh yeah, just let him be young and do him right now. Like, just wait around until he realizes that you're that girl. Whole time, if he didn't realize that you were that girl when he had you, then it's...
Yeah, this is also a very dumb sentiment. And it's very annoying. And for some reason, it puts the responsibility on the woman. That's stay. Yeah, that's a reoccurring theme in a lot of these. We have to carry the burden.
Oh my gosh.
Of every single thing.
Yeah.
When are we going to catch a break?
Yeah.
A lot of these things are cut and dry. They either love you and will marry you, or they will not marry you. And they still love you, but they just won't marry you. There's no need to, like, let me just stick around and just...
Let's just peep the scene.
La-di-da-di-da. Maybe one day he'll get a ring.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. And who wants to be that girl who waited around like, okay, you had all your thrills and just...
You're going to wake up the next day, you a common law wife. Nobody wants that.
Yeah.
Because that's not recognized. It's just like a whatever. You're a girlfriend wife.
So as Merv always says, get out of the job.
If you're sticking it out with a person, obviously, to me, it's saying that you guys aren't communicating. You're sticking it out, hoping for something that you guys haven't talked about.
Or you could have talked about something and their actions just not. Like, you could be like, oh, yeah, we're going to be together. And he's like, okay, well, here's my new baby mama. Okay. Here's my girlfriend. Okay. Where do you fit into... So it's just like, if someone's words are not matching their actions.
And you should also pick up on actions as well.
Yeah.
You know? Pick up on those actions. You'll know where you stand.
Yeah.
And don't miss out on a good thing waiting for something that will never come.
Ooh. Okay, yes. Okay, familial... Example, respect your elders no matter what.
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
That is false, Your Honor. Thank you. I rest my case.
That's so funny.
Can we have a recess?
Okay, culturally, though, it's such a thing. I still hear people, I'm 26, bro. People be like, okay, but yeah, just respect your elders. Okay, but...
What about you be looking at the elders.
Like, you respect that. No. And the thing is, it's not saying disrespect your elders. It's just respect all humans. Like, I think there's also a misconception about being older that you're necessarily wiser.
Oh.
That you necessarily been doing all this stuff and you got all this good advice. What if you've been doing the same mistakes for 50 years straight? It's like...
When no signs are changing.
Then it's like, I'm a head out. No. So, yeah.
And the maturity aspect of it, too. A lot of people are not mature for their age, or they don't act their age.
Bloop.
What can you do with that? Nada.
But respect people who respect you.
Yeah.
Okay. Last one on the relationships. Ooh, this one. I'm getting chills. I was thinking about it. Okay. Getting closure will help you heal. We know what Merv thinks about it.
Help you heal with what?
Merv said
it might have been my therapist, or it might have saw it on Twitter. It might be the same thing, but when people are going for closure, they're going to get gassed. That's why they want to get closure. They want to be like, you were the most perfect partner. You did I was just so stupid. I don't deserve you. That's what we all want.
Yes.
Let me tell you something. That's not going to happen.
Yeah. And then, if it does happen, then you back at square one. Like,
right.
Oh, wait, but he knew that I was that girl. He just messed up. So, like, let me just start over, because he knew
this time
he's going to show me with his actions that it's so true.
It's like, did you stop being that girl or something?
At some
if
point,
someone so-called knew you was that girl,
It's like, I did take that one day off from being that girl.
So your streak ended and they was like, oh, I'm going to start acting up.
Yeah.
She not that girl no more.
No,
For the next 24 hours, she not that girl no. Like, be realistic with yourself. I feel like people can go get closure, but be realistic about what the hell you're looking for.
I think
if you're looking to get gas, don't go because you're not trying to heal.
That's the most accurate statement ever. If you're going, it's one thing to get closure, to close up some gaps. Like, so what was it you was doing?
Yeah.
You was out here. So on that day, when I thought that you was there, you was actually over it. That's close it up. Like, okay, dang. Like, yeah, you really did me dirty. Like, that's foul. Yeah. It's another thing to go back and be like, but you know I really cared about you, right? You know our love was really strong, right? And then if they say any little, yeah, I know. It's like, we're still in love.
I'm the one.
Yeah.
And we've had this conversation before. Your partner, you're not going to be the last best person your partner has.
No.
There's going to be plenty of great people.
I think the truth is, like, they're going to find better for them. Mm-hmm. And you will find better for you. Like, if you're at a point where it's like, okay, we not seeing eye to eye, this not working. It's as sad as it is in that moment. There's someone you're going to see eye to eye with. Those issues that you have with that person, you're not going to have those issues with somebody else who's better for you. Yeah. Like, and you just have to be okay.
I feel like after every, like, relationship, people just need to, like, reflect on what happened. Reflect on what happened, where you potentially went wrong. Take that and go from that. Where they went wrong, you don't even need to be focused on that because that ain't got nothing to do with you.
I think that's, and okay, I saw this on Twitter saying that, like, trying to fix people is actually not helpful. It's narcissistic.
Yeah, so
it is. If you think about it, like, oh no, I'm gonna make you this version that I see you as. Like, you're only good if you're how I see you. Yes. And it's like, that's just not them. That might just not be them, and that's okay. If they're not for you, then move around.
Yeah, and some people are just kind of set in their ways too.
And
most of the times, these kind of like heavier relationships happen when we're adults. There's not a whole lot of wiggle room that happens.
That's a very good point.
Another thing, if you harbor any resentment or ill will towards your partner, you probably should not be going to get closure because you're most likely just looking to kind of shit on that person.
You're saying, like, say somebody cheated on you and you still are pissed about it.
Yes.
You shouldn't go back to them like, let's get closure. That's just you trying to make them feel guilty. Yeah. That's another thing that, and I've learned this getting older too, like, there is no such making somebody feel bad about something that they did to you.
They know what
because they knew, and you can tell them, like, that made me feel sad. Or that made me feel whatever it made you feel. And it's like they did it and they knew that wouldn't make you happy.
And they did it on purpose.
Literally, they made the conscious decision to do something that would hurt you. It's like letting them know it hurt you is not... They knew. It's
like you said, they don't care. People legit really do not care. Especially like you trying to blast them on social media. Only person that's looking like a goofy is you.
You're saying when people be online like, he cheated on me with this girl.
Right. It's just like, now what we supposed to do? What can we possibly do to mend that relationship? You're just trying to embarrass them. That just means you're not over it. And it's okay not to be over something, but to do the actions that follow the hurt is kind of what speaks the loudest. Yeah. Like the cheating, people cheat. Yeah. You posting on social media, like, oh, she kind of foul for that. You know, that's how the conversation kind of turns. Yeah. Like, well, you foul. Why would you post that? You know. And then I was saying, you ever seen a Hurt Bay? Mm-hmm. That whole little thing.
I don't remember what they were talking about.
Yeah, not even just them. Like exes still come.
The concept is like,
together.
Let's come talk about.
And then I seen one where the girl was like, your sex was bad. Your this was bad. So it's just like.
So why were you?
What was the point of going on such? What was the point of going on such show?
Yeah.
You know, people don't...
That's hurt.
Yeah, people don't want closure to actually heal. People want closure to have a reason to go back to the person. Yeah. These guys say the right thing at the right time, one good time. You're like, oh, shit, we might as well just get back together. Yeah. That's what you're looking for. Yeah. You're not done. And that's okay. It's okay not to be done. But you got to really... To heal, you got to do it on your own.
That's very
Your
true.
partner's not going to do that. Sometimes from my previous partner, sometimes I'd be having dreams. I'd be cussing his ass out.
But you still feel the hate in your heart.
I do.
I
do. And I actually did see him like a couple months ago. Or was it last month? Did you feel the hate? I did, because I didn't even want to talk to him. Like, ugh. I'm just sitting there like thinking of all, because the only reason why I even met up with him is because I'm like, okay, maybe he's like changed.
Oh, I was like you're that. Speaking from a.
I'm speaking from a fresh perspective.
I remember. Okay.
I'm like, yeah, maybe he's gonna apologize and like just tell me where he went wrong. Nigga sat in my face and did nothing of the sort. You know how mad I was, but I had to keep my cool. That's when I knew right then and there. I do not want this nigga in any way, shape, or form, but I am still so hurt, and I just gotta figure out how I'm going to move on, because he is not going to help me get through this.
That's the worst. I think that a large overarching issue is expecting that people have the same heart as us.
Oh,
like, okay, if I did this person who I care so much about like this, I would feel awful. Yes. I would feel so bad, and it would eat me up. Yeah. So he should feel the same way too, right? Because we were both in this situation together, but it's like, no, he doesn't care. Or even if some people can even know that was foul and still not say a thing. It's like, well, but I mean, she knew that I could have, like, people will still find a way to justify it to themselves. Right. So it's just like, you can only control your heart and how you are. And if you're going to somebody looking for an apology, I feel really bad about this. You're not gonna chances are you're not going to get it.
That's how you feel. And you got to, unfortunately, figure out, how can I mend this broken heart that was caused by somebody else?
That's so hard. All
it is.
That's so hard.
It makes me sick. It makes me want to cry. But I'm not going to cry.
We were just talking about crying. Let him out, girl.
I'm not, bro. Child, that's what people be wanting, closure.
Because you
need help.
You want someone.
You need help.
Oh my God. Beyonce has said this in a song. Like, it's so sick how you expect the person who hurt you to fix you. But that's really what it is. It's like, you hurt my feelings so bad, but could you just tell me that you feel really bad about it?
Please, so I can go ahead and get over it. It's simply not realistic. People are horrible. And that's when you talk about being an empath and, no.
Okay.
Don't tell people that. They're going to use it against you.
So even if it's possible to be empathetic. Okay?
Yeah, no, for sure.
It's like possible to like, okay, yeah, I feel things. And I think that a better word for me personally, there are plenty of empaths. I think I just am over considerate. I'm like, okay, well, you explain this to me, so I understand that. So I'm going to try and sympathize with you. Maybe that's more sympathetic than empathetic. But it's like, still cut that out. Don't tell nobody that that's how you think. Don't tell nobody that you're considering all the stuff that they told you. Just take what they're doing at face value. Yeah. And that's it. Because you'll be giving people passes and passes and passes and excuses.
Girl.
And
sometimes a lot of relationships are really only meant to be surface deep, but they get way too deep because people do way too much and expand their position in people's lives. You really can't do that for someone. You gotta let them do that for you.
That's a drag, darling.
Being a giving person myself, I'm just like, I just want to love you. Whatever you're going through,
it's like, let me
hold you.
Wait, but that's so accurate. We've had these conversations that's accurate.
That's how I feel.
If you care about someone, you're like, okay, just let me love on you. And sometimes people are like, I don't want to be loved on.
Right.
Like,
and then now you hurt. Now you hurt.
It's like, I'm going to stay over here with my 30 chicks who don't give me it. But some people want that.
Who I ain't got to talk about my feelings. You have to be. The word of this podcast is discernment. You have to have a sense of discernment in you, or else you're going to consistently be screwed over.
It's true. You have to know, play your role. Okay?
Yes.
Figure out what your role is. Because I feel like for some people, your default, and I'm so guilty of this, the default is if I care about you and if I want you in my space, my default is, okay.
Oh, I'm going to give it a whirl, baby.
Yeah, it's because I care about you. So I'm going to show you that I care about you. But it's like, you have to be more selfish with your love. Discernment, period.
You have to be selfish with your love. Ooh. You know how we all act at work? Let's do that. We don't go above and beyond. We don't do
the
nothing.
bare minimum until someone shows you with their actions.
Until it comes time for a promotion, they know you're being seriously considered.
Until they...
And then you crank it up into overdrive.
And it's not just a feeling, because the looking in the eyes and the it's not just that giddy feeling.
It's when you know you can stand on that information.
And they've said it, and their actions have showed it. Yeah. Because I think that butterflies and chills, it feels so, that warm fuzzy feeling.
Yeah.
That don't.
You could be anemic.
Good night. Good night. Good night.
But I thought that was stupid.
Good night. That's the end of the episode. Thank you for listening.
I'm sorry. Wrap up your point. Wrap up your point, bro. They need to hear what you had to say.
That's all. Okay. Thanks for listening to this episode.
Say your tips and those go.
Some tips. Beware of unsolicited advice. Beware of just bad advice in general. Yeah. Think about the place that someone's coming from when they're giving you the advice. Yeah. Say somebody just got cheated on by their husband. They're going to be like, F man, your man cheated on you. So just think about that. I won't make it too long. We've been talking enough. So... Yeah, there's some advice. I'm glad y'all enjoyed this. But yeah, probably I was kidding. No. Okay, follow us on social media.
I hope you enjoy it. Yes. Follow us
at Read the Room Pod. Email us, readtheroompod@gmail.com. We really want to answer some questions.
Yeah, for real, yeah. Because when we ask y'all give us so much good content.
Yeah,
so we don't want to feel like we bothering y'all or nothing like that. But yeah. Thank y'all so much for tuning in.
Thank you. We love y'all.
And did we get to... How many followers do you have now?
Almost 200. Almost 200. Tell a friend so we can get to 200 right now.
Yep. And we shall see you on the next episode. Thank y'all so much to everybody that contributed to today's episode. We love y'all. If you have any thoughts, please... I'm going to reiterate this. I'm sorry, I had to burp.
Get the...
Please email us at readtheroompod@gmail.com. And since we've made it past 10 episodes, I'm going to start doing this every single episode. If you like the show, enjoy our content, please give us a rating on Apple Podcasts or
please
Spotify.
Give us 5 stars, and if it's not
5 stars, if it's not 5 stars, DM us so we can make it 5 stars. Or leave a written comment. We love the written comments too. Yeah. But yeah, we shall see y'all next episode. Love y'all so much. Bye-bye.